Hi guys, and welcome to my new PC build. I mentioned this on the podcast on Tuesday. You guys would have heard it Wednesday or Thursday when it came out. But yeah, I've been in the market for a new PC for a while, and I did get all of this from M.2, which is an Australian distributor out of Sydney, I believe. And yeah, they were quite helpful and have even thrown in a mouse pad that they said give this away to one of your viewers. So if anyone's interested, just put a comment on the video, and what we'll do is we'll randomise a winner from those. Just a bit of an overview of what we got. I've primarily gone with a couple of brands that I really like. Gigabyte for the video card and the motherboard. We've got Corsair for case and for the cooler, the power supply, RAM, and we've got down there, we've got some Samsung hard drives. Intel processor as well, and yeah, that's pretty much components as they are. Okay, so got my motherboard here. It's a Gigabyte Z390 AORUS Pro Wi-Fi gaming motherboard. So what we're going to do is we're going to build some of the components into the motherboard first, and then we'll mount it into the case. Well, let's start with our processor, i7-9700K, i7. Okay, so there is our processor. What we'll do is remove this nice little safety cap that they've put on there. Now, if you've never installed a processor before, what you'll notice is that there is a little, very small arrow on the bottom corner of your processor. And there's always going to be the same on the motherboard itself. Simply line those guys up. So little arrow lines up with little arrow, and then hopefully it's as simple as just clipping this guy down. And we're done. So next component we're going to be installing is our M.2 hard drive. I've not played with these guys before, so it's going to be interesting, I think, see how we go with that. We have got two M.2 slots on the hard drive as well, so on the motherboard. So let's give this guy a crack. There she is. Hard drives have changed quite a lot since I started in IT. Okay, so I've just installed a standoff here for the M.2 drive. We secure that in there. Get one of these tiny little fiddly screws. Secure that in place there. And then we just put the heatsink back in. That is hard drive installed. Okay, so next thing we're installing is our RAM. As I said before, I've got some Corsair Vengeance RAM. I went with two 16 gig sticks for a total of 32 gig of RAM. The motherboard will support another 2 RAM modules at a later stage when my computer gets a little bit old. And look at these guys. And they just slot in like that. Here we go. Okay, so that's all we're going to be installing directly into the motherboard at this point. What we'll do is we'll get the case and we'll mount this into the case and start installing other components. Cool, so I've got the motherboard with all the components installed to it. The case just below. I have removed the sides from the case so that we can get in easier here. I've also removed the back case fan that comes with it, just so we can slide that guy into position there. And there is a lock bolt, if I can find it, just in the middle of the motherboard there. Okay, so I have just moved the case fans to the top that you can see here, and I'm about to install the SSD hard drive. So the SSDs actually get mounted basically on the underneath of the motherboard. So we'll get to that and I'll show you how that all goes. So this is our Samsung SSD drive. What we do is we just grab one of these hard drive trays. Cool, so next thing we're installing is the power supply. Okay, so we're going to be installing this guy upside down because the fan on the bottom of it is going to draw draw cool air from underneath. Okay, and then it's just bolting it in. Okay, so this is the Corsair H150i Pro cooler. It's a all-in-one water loop cooler. I've never actually used one of these before, so I'm very keen to have a look at it. So, looks like we've got our radiator there, which is pretty cool. Got a nice Corsair logo on the side there. Very nice. That'll look very nice on the side of the case there. What we've got there is the actual block that goes on the processor. Okay, so first thing when you're installing this cooler is to install the back plate. It just goes very nicely into the holes on the motherboard. Okay, and with the back plate in place, we just put these little standoffs in to secure it in place. So this is the video card that I've chosen, 2080 Ti. So let's get in. There it is. Well, let's get her installed, and then we have to just do some final cabling, and the machine's all ready to go. So now we have the fun part of cabling stuff up, but PC's pretty much ready to go. So we're all done. PC's built. Be taking it home now. I'll be running up the operating system, installing some games, and what I'll end up probably doing is putting up some maybe putting up some benchmark details on the Facebook page, just so that you guys can see what this gets, and yeah, hopefully you've had as much fun watching as I've had putting it together. As I said at the start of the video, if you are interested, we do have a M-Wave mouse mat to give away as well, so just put a comment on the video. Thank you very much, guys, and we'll see you next time.